Hello, Brandon. I wanted to do this verbal response to your email versus trying to type out my thoughts. It's just a lot easier to do it this way. Here we go. I'm understanding insurance a lot more now than in the past. It sounds like it's best for me to get insurance on my cars, and if I go the hourly rent as you need it kind of a model that I described, then as people sign on, they either have to have their own insurance, or if they don't, then I can go to your company and get daily insurance that they would pay for since they don't have insurance to cover anything that would happen on their end. I think that's how it works, or unless you have a different way to do it. It doesn't sound like if I get insurance daily or weekly or whatever, that it still covers the potential drivers that could potentially rent the cars short term. So that's the key. It's not like it's kind of like zip cars. Like zip cars, you need it for an hour or two, you can book it. But I think based on what you said, and I think it's right, that you have to have insurance, and if you don't, you have to buy it. Or I used to be a member of Zip, but I can't remember exactly how it works. So I think that's kind of how it works. So I know you're going to go back and come up with some ideas. I will send you a list of the vehicles, the mileage and VIN. The DL image, I think that means driver's license image. I'm not sure, but I can get all that to you and see how it goes. Now, as far as Fabio's idea on tokenization, good news is it's better doing it like now than a few years back, because it's gaining so much traction now that it's not even funny. But you still have the problem of, okay, just because you tokenize an asset doesn't mean people are going to show up. You still need a good business, because even though we're talking about tokens, you're still talking about people investing in a business or an idea. And so it comes down to, is the business a good business, or is the idea a good idea that people would invest in it? And after they invest in it, is there a secondary market after, let's say, a year lockup on the tokens? After that's over, can they sell the tokens to people that might want to invest in the tokens or buy the tokens? So you have that issue. Will there be a good secondary market for the tokens? There are companies that do it now. They call themselves ATS, Alternative Trading Systems. T0.com is one that comes to mind. But it's very expensive, and I don't believe they still have the traction that they were looking for. It's not like the stock market where you buy stock. It's very liquid, because millions and millions and millions of shares are being traded every day. It's not like that with tokens yet. That's the hope and the goal for the future, but we're not there yet. So that's the problem that you have with tokenization. Now, I'm not going to use the word easy to tokenize, but it's much easier to tokenize than to have a business that people would get excited, about. And then the other problem is, okay, so how are you going to do the raise? Who are the people that are buying the tokens? Are they accredited investors? Are you going to try crowdfunding? Who are your potential audience that will buy the tokens. Because I don't know what you know about investing, but after you have 2,000 investors, anything over that, now you're getting into a whole nother league that puts you in the same cost as these companies that go public. They're paying millions and millions to do that. So that's the other issue that you have with tokens and investors who buy your tokens. So there's a lot to kind of put together and think about, but it's all doable. Great layouts that we have that comes with investor portals and this and that and the other thing. So it's not anything that can't be done, but there's a lot to decide on how it's going to be done. And then really the $1 million question is, do you have a business that can be that should be tokenized? Will it be attractive to investors that eventually will buy the tokens? I mean, would you buy tokens in Fabio's business if he had tokens to offer? Those are kind of the questions you'd have to ask. And so, but it's all doable, and I'd like to continue just talking and trying to find ideas for. I like my short-term rental idea because I think you can make more per car per day doing it that way. For example, I just rented a car on Turo, that car sharing platform, and they have the car for like 5 days, and I'm really just making $228. That's better than nothing, but it's not if I was doing car sharing, it could be a lot more than that if people are renting per hour, half the day or 16 hours a day, or 24 hours a day would be even unbelievable. But I think you get the picture. So hope this helps, and let's just continue to move forward. Thank you.